Hi and welcome to my wildlife here, week 46. Been really busy recently, lots of stuff. One of the things I've been doing was taking part in the Earth, Air and Art event for the Save Me Trust on Facebook. Basically, artists, wildlife artists, were highlighting their work over a set. They were given a slot, highlighting their work, and 10% of their sales was going to the Save Me Trust. But there were a couple of wildlife specialists brought in. I was one of them, so I premiered a video called "Wildlife Tales: The Adventure of an Ecologist," and basically it was stuff. Not just from this year, but actually some of it was quite a few years old. I sort of collated it all together. And really actually it was quite good to actually bring back some of the stuff that I'd actually made several years ago. Sort of when I wasn't quite as confident maybe as I am now of putting stuff online. So yes, so that was quite good fun, and I had a wee bit of a technical problem, and my video that I was wanting to premiere didn't turn up. It wasn't going online when it was supposed to, and that. So I did a wee bit of a Facebook Live. So I'll just start off my wildlife here, week 46, with the live that I did for there, and then we'll crack on with the rest of the video.
So I'm Graeme Wilson. I'm a ecologist and wildlife educator, and I'm also really bummed up with a cold at the moment, so I was hoping not to have to do a live but today as part of this event, but unfortunately the Wi-Fi in the router has stopped working, and it took me a while to get an Ethernet cable set up, so my video is still uploading. It'll be finished soon, which is my pre-recorded bit, so hopefully folk will be able to join that soon. But I'm out here in my garden. I'm really lucky. I live in a big house there. Couldn't afford it myself actually, but it's my wife's a minister, so it's actually owned by the church. So it's a nice big house. It's a bit more than a big house. It's also got a huge garden, so got a bit for hens up there. But what I really love about this garden is this hedge here. It is absolutely huge. It's about, must be 9 foot tall, even taller at some bits. You can see it actually goes up and down all the way along. I did a count, it was into double figures. I can't remember how many species it was exactly, but it was well into double figures, and there's a lot of ivy in it. I'll try and switch around here, there we go. Got a lot of ivy here, which is actually in flower. I'm just trying to see. There are a few small insects, but I can't see any big pollinators on it. Here's some flies. But it's really a great source. Ivy's a great source of pollen and nectar at this time of year for the pollinators. When it's getting really near the end of the season. That's also the hens in there, mainly buff Orpington flock, but there is, as you can see, a Marin type in there as well. The one that's just walking in front of her, that's Flo. That's a he, although he's called Flo. He was brought up a girl, we thought, and then he was hand reared and we thought it was a girl, but it turned out it was a boy, so Flo's short for Florian. And this is a pond that I put in, my wife and I put in, in the summer. It must have been June, July time, and not long after it was in, there's at least 4 frogs using it. So you can see that I've got that's a plank of wood there with some slate on top of it to make it look more aesthetically pleasing. So I'm really pleased with that pond. I've been wanting a pond in here for a while. Other things I've got in the garden. That's an old wood store that's actually Dexter the dog's sort of kennel, outside kennel. If you watch my wildlife here videos, you might see that I've got a Wi-Fi camera in there, in that bird box there. It's not actually working at the minute. I need to get it fixed. I don't know what's up with it. And I've also got this is a security cam down here. This will actually feature in my video later, so I'm not going to talk too much about it. So yes, so once I've finished killing some time for about 10 minutes, I'll go in and I'll check that the video is now uploaded over the Ethernet since the Wi-Fi decided to play up. So we share the yard with our neighbours, so we've got to keep the gate to the garden shut to stop the dogs getting in. But in here, there's enough light. There might be enough light without. Oops, just kicked not kicked the bucket, kicked the watering can. This here, these are actually all part of the local red squirrel groups. There's basically squirrel feeders down here, and then there's traps up here. We're living in an area where there is red squirrels, so we need to trap the greys to stop the greys that are moving north that have been infected with the parapox virus. So these bits in here, I'll just switch you around. I'm starting to put this together. This is part of my skull collection. I've also got a lot of skulls through there that are still, shall we say, they've still got some organic matter in them. I'm going to have to clean them up and use some hydrogen peroxide in them. I also do, that's my sort of tripods there with my light. I use this bit for filming for my wildlife here. Moth traps down there. Again, it will feature in the video that's going to come up, and there's some bits of the camera trap there and some bits over here. Hello, you're not supposed to be in here. No, you're not. Go on, out you go, out you go. That's one of my neighbour's dogs visiting. So yes, so through here, this bit here in the garage, the workshop through there, is a wildlife rescue area. I had some equipment, but I was really struggling because I've been hit hard with my income's been quite hard with COVID, and I put out a wish list for Amazon, and a lot of people did buy some stuff from it. I was really blown away by how how generous people were. So I've got things like dog cats and cat carriers down there. That big dog cage, for instance, there has had crow, rook, buzzard, in fact 2 buzzards, and I can't think what else in it. I think it had a gull in it at one point as well. One of the cat carriers there has had a oyster catcher in it, which I had to take up onto the school roof to release, and that in there, Chonky the bat is in there. Chonky will feature in my video as well. And this desk here, this table here, is where I basically use a lot of the preparation stuff. So some stuff here at the minute is used for preparation for my oil pellet workshops that I run. That's turn you around. Right, yeah. I normally do, as a wildlife educator, I normally do in-person stuff, but obviously with COVID I'm having to do a lot more online stuff. So I've been running, I started running a small mammal workshop. I've got one coming up in a couple of weeks, in fact. If anyone's interested, if you follow my wildlife here or my personal links, you'll find out details about that. But also I decided rather crazily to do an owl pellet dissecting workshop, but a practical one, so people book on it, and they book at least a week in advance. So the closing date's a week before the actual event, and in that time I actually send out owl pellets, a couple of owl pellets and a dissecting kit to those taking part. So part of the workshop is an hour presentation and then an hour of them actually dissecting their owl pellet, which is a bit crazy doing it in Zoom, but it does kind of work. So it's, people are messaging me photos of what they've actually found. So yes, so that's my just a little blur. So I'll switch that light off. I left it on. So in here, this is my office, my desk here sort of comes out. So I do a lot of stuff. I'm now wondering what I've got in here. Oh, it's just rubber bands. I wondered whether it was something really interesting, such as this one here, which is, see, it's Batu. Just another. Here's some wood pigeon eggs, and this is actually quite a nice bit to demonstrate. One of them has been hatched, one's been predated on. The one that's halved, that's hatched because the squab, which is a young pigeon, has cut its way out all the way around it. This one here though has been pecked by another bird, so it's actually been predated on. So if you ever find eggs, or bits of eggs, if it's been halved like that, you know it's been hatched. So yeah, the other thing I've got in here is a fridge. The fridge is used for moth trapping. If the moths are flitting about a lot, they'll actually put them in there. Or sometimes other things like wasps. I got into a bit last year during lockdown. I really got into wasp ID, social wasp ID in a big way. We've got 9 species of social wasps, but 2 of them are hornets, the European hornet, which is native, and the non-native Asian hornet. And so we've got 7 sort of smaller wasps, and they all look fairly similar superficially, but there is identifying features in all of them. So I really get into that in a big way, and I was really pleased sort of like to get last summer 5 out of the 7 sort of ones that you'd find in Scotland. We don't get hornets this far north, so out of the 7 potential ones I actually managed to record 5, so I was really pleased with that. And also in here I've got various books and shelves and other bits of equipment. So another thing I've actually got, this will also feature in the video, and I'm just going to take a little wander in to the, put that light out, little wander into the house to check the upload, and hopefully I'll be able to publish. Hello Oakley, you're not supposed to be in here. Out you go. That's the dog. So hopefully it will have finished uploading and it's not going to take too long to process, fingers crossed, and you'll be able to watch it. It's about an hour and a quarter long. I know that's quite long, but actually it took me a while. I've got an hour and a half this session, and I'd hoped to have it ready for the start of the session, and if the Wi-Fi hadn't sort of played up, it would have been. So hopefully I'll have it ready for just to finish on, wait there, what time is it? I finish at after 2 o'clock, so I'm just going to go and see. Take off my hat. Right. Fingers crossed. Yes, it is uploaded, so I'm assuming it's now going to be processing. So yes, so keeping a lookout. My video should be up live very shortly. Pre-recorded as I say, but have a look and I'll answer any questions in the comments bit if you've got any. Okay, so hopefully see you in the comments shortly.
Have you ever heard the saying, foxes kill for fun? Well, they don't. No mammal kills for fun. What foxes, and actually some of the other mustelids as well, sort of like stoats and weasels and stuff like that, they're cachers. Basically, they will kill if they've got a lot of things, a lot of live prey. They'll kill them all, as many as they possibly can, and then what they do is they take the prey away and cache it somewhere so that they can eat it later. But what happens? People say foxes kill for fun, you know, because they'll go into a coop, a hen coop, and kill all the hens. Well, yes, and I would be devastated if that happened to mine, but I wouldn't be saying that they killed them for fun. What would happen is fox goes in, kills all the hens. It'll take 1 or 2 away to sort of like bury and all that, and it'll be going to come back, but because it's caused so much noise, quite often humans will then have found, all the dead hens, and they're around when the fox comes back, so the fox doesn't come back to collect them all. So obviously a shame for the birds, they get killed, but they're not killing for fun because they don't know when the next meal's going to be, so they'll take it all away. So if they were left to it, if they killed a dozen birds, they would come and take each one away and hide it somewhere, so that they could go back and feed on it in days and weeks to come. So foxes don't actually kill for fun. So here's a few birds that I've turned up on the wildlife camera, aka the security camera that I've got set up as a wildlife camera in the back garden. Of course, something that you don't see all the time is all the other video that I have to actually go through on the wildlife cam to actually sort of like pick out the good stuff, because quite a lot of the stuff is cat related like this. So that's my wildlife here, week 46 over and done with. Getting closer and closer to the end of the year. I'm really going to miss making these videos. It's been a big part of my life this year, and I feel that it's really been great pushing myself, and it's helped me through some really tough times. This hasn't been the easiest of years for me. If you've been joining me through my my time throughout the year, you'll know that. But yes, it's been really good. It's both physically and mentally. And my health's been a bit rubbish recently. I've had a chest infection and stuff like that. So, and I've had some labyrinthitis. But it's actually been good to, even while I've had that, to be able to focus on making these videos. So I would say, to anyone out there, if you're watching this and you're sort of like, you're thinking, will I do something and won't I? Even if it's not wildlife related, but you're thinking, well, it'll be a bit of a challenge. Go for it. Give yourself a challenge. Don't be afraid to say no, it's too much for me. But give it a go and see. You never know how it'll turn out. Anyway, that's me. So I hope you've enjoyed my wildlife year week 46. I'll see you soon for my wildlife week 47, and my wildlife year week 47 rather, and I'll see you all soon, and stay safe, take care, and enjoy the wildlife. Bye.